can play.
Absolutely incredible. Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are seeing who can spin the bottle a little bit better, spin the mallet. All right, every game is starts with a face-off. This is best of 5. First 1 to 3 advances. The loser goes home. All right, interesting little interaction there before the match began. It's almost like a psych. Let's tap mallets and psych from Jonathan. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I heard you got some insight earlier on what's going on in those headphones of his.
I did, man, and so he told me the name of it's Spanish music.
Really?
And he doesn't even speak Spanish.
Really?
But his father I told him that we were talking about it. His dad is watching, and
wow.
And his dad is out of state, and we love the fact that he's joining us.
That's awesome.
He's feeling proud and loving watching his son perform, and hopefully one day he can watch his son do this, even on a bigger stage.
Yeah.
And, because his son's just starting in this sport. He'll get so much better here soon.
Oh, I know.
And look at that nice right wall under he just hit there. Nice delayed release. Oof. Nice cut straight there by Riff.
And there's a lot of stuff that's hard to teach, and he has a lot of those things, like composure and those really tight situations. The mental state before a game, like you see him practicing those things.
Yep. Now, there was a little bit of a mental error there, because I think you just jinxed him.
Yeah,
that commentator jinx. Good job there.
It does exist.
It does exist.
It does exist.
Yes. So, but so it's Spanish music, and the funny part about that Jonathan had me cracking up about was he doesn't speak Spanish.
I know.
But it puts him in a good state, and sometimes that's all we need in life is to be in that mental state, and all of a sudden you're good to go. So nice cut straight there.
A lot of people do that with an artist named Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
And I'll ask them what's the song about? They're
Man,
like, I have no idea.
You are making me feel old or something. I don't know. I've never heard of Bad Bunny.
You heard about Good Bunny?
It doesn't sound. I've heard of Bugs Bunny.
Oh, okay. Easter Bunny?
Yeah. I got the Easter Bunny. Got those two. There's other bunnies too, but I think that was more of a Hugh Hefner type bunny.
Yeah,
that's about the only bunnies I know of.
Yeah.
So. Oh my gosh, wrong kind of bunny there. All right, let's see here.
Speaking of bunny, look at Mark Waheed sitting in the front row.
If there's ever been a bunny in air hockey,
there he is.
It's Mark Waheed. Gotta love him to death. One of our ambassadors in the sport. One of our elder statesmen.
The
takes
uncle of
pride
the
in
community.
That. Yeah, Uncle Mark.
Uncle Mark.
Yes. And we saw Phil Arnold in our here earlier. I don't know if he's in the crowd there somewhere, but Phil's been in. He is one of the founders of this sport.
Cousin Phil.
Back in the 70s and early 70s, and has been to every World Championship event that the USAA has ever put together. So, really, really great record for him, and. Just a great man for our sport. So, So we find Jonathan now, and I like what he's doing. I mean, he's down 6-2, big in the first game, but he's taking his time. And again, you can learn so much from just doing that. He can, maybe open something up, and you never know. He can actually fight his way back, kind of claw his way back into this match, or this game rather, and actually take this game.
I would not be surprised if every single game he has played so far today, he has had more possession. His possession time has to be higher.
Yes, and again, that's so key and so critical. And if you learn to play like that, you're going to experience a tremendous amount of success. And it's no different. Probably the easiest one or sport to understand when it comes to time of possession is football, right? Everybody looks at time of possession that the offense has been on the field. Well, they have a greater chance of scoring, right? When they're on there. And when you have an offense that dominates the time, and they have the ball for 20 more minutes than the opponent, That's a pretty telling statistic, right?
Defense is just exhausted.
Exactly. So that defense gets just worn down trying to defend that. So Jonathan, again, has a very extremely bright future when it comes to, how he will have that ability to wear a defense down.
Yep, definitely.
But again, he's very young. He's still learning. But again, there's 7-2 now from Rafael out of North Carolina. Okay.
Look at that Weissman as a ref. Good smile.
Yep, Noah Weissman there.
Great player.
I like. Well, let's see if we hear any coaching here. But all right, here we go. Yeah, I love it. So
there's two things I loved about what I just heard or saw. One, how receptive Jonathan is.
Yep.
Love that. That's the easiest person to coach, is someone who wants to learn.
Yep.
And then the other side is how Vince kind of just like makes you feel. It's like, hey, everything's all right. Like, what are your thoughts on this? Right? Like, kind of makes you think versus
I'm gonna. Vince just made me think of some mafia boss right now. Jonathan's walking over here. Oof, score on the face-off there. Good face-off there by Jonathan to start off this game. 1-0 now. Came right back with a cross straight from the lefty to go up to tie it at 1. But, Vince was just like struggling a little bit on offense there.
Yeah.
The first thing he says, and of course you're, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, the really cool, good demeanor. I love Vince's approach as well.
Right.
Oops. Yep, good call there by Noah.
Great call by the Weissman.
That's right. So, but yeah, man, just a great demeanor, and he helps put, the player at ease, when he's going through that. The coaching, because they're going through a grind on the table, man. They don't need to go through a grind, when you're coaching, or if you're berating them or something along those lines, right? So,
and I think there's a level of pressure to like how high level their coaches are that we have, right? Like, this guy who's won 1 million majors is having to give me advice and watch my game and nitpick it.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it helps, number one, because having the medals, right, or having the hardware, so to say, right? Instead, like Tom Brady, if he's giving you advice on, playing football, you're going to listen, So it helps to have that hardware, that background to garner that respect immediately, from most players. So, these are great choices. These guys are not just successful on the table, but they're just, again, just positive influences in the sport, and they have been for decades now. I'm loving it. Loving it. And again, here we go with this time of possession, and Jonathan may not be seeing, 100%, success or the benefit of having that time of possession. But man, I'm telling you, in the long run, that's going to help him tremendously. Yep, that was almost a good get there by Jonathan. Another good shot there by Riff. He's ripping those cross straights, man, and it's very hard to see it. He's hitting it very well, very deceptive. But again, Jonathan biding his time. He's taking his time between each shot, making the best shot that he wants to make. And that shot selection will get, it'll get better. It'll get more accurate. The more he plays, the more practice he gets. Now there was an unforced error there. Let that one kind of get away from him. Riff goes right back to attacking with the straights. See if he goes back to the cross. He went to the cut straight. Yep, good block there by Jonathan. Yeah, tried a forehand there. Was off the mark. Now Rafael going for left wall under. Well defended by Jonathan. Again, a cut straight. Let's see if Rafael goes back to the cross straight now. Oh my God, I love that freaking forehand shot by Jonathan right there. He's done a lot of that earlier today and has not been doing more of it, but I think he should. Just enough to keep Rafael off balance a little bit. Loving what Rafael is doing here. He's taking his time, getting some of that possession time back, which is exactly what you got to do. Oh my God, a great release on his left wall bank there. Beautifully done. That's textbook. It's right for him, right of center, where he releases that shot. Kind of an early kind of cut straight there, well defended by Jonathan. It wasn't a bad shot, I don't think. I think it was just defended well. Again, taking his time, trying to find that good quality shot that's just super effective. That one was pretty close there from Rafael. Kind of in and out the goal a little bit, but Jonathan was in the right spot defensively. He didn't really cave one way or another, so he did good. If that shot was a little more accurate, Jonathan might have been there to block it. Again, Jonathan taking his time. So whenever they just hit the rail, it comes right back to them. Those are called off-goal shots. And off-goal shots work many, many wonders in the sport. And one of the big things they do, besides just helping you build up that possession time, is it actually helps kind of create those conditioned responses. It's a psychological fact that when we see something happen over and over and over and over, another good shot there by Rafael. But when you see something over and over and over, you end up expecting it to kind of be the exact same way. Oh, that one kind of went in there. 5-4 now, Rafael. But you expect it to be the exact same thing. And then when you show that same shot, that same release, and you end up changing it where it's something, that's when you fold the defense. You created that conditioned response, and the defender is out of position. And again, there's only so much time you have to react. Good cut straight. Now game point 4. Rafael trying to go up 2-0 on Jonathan Smead. Good block there by Jonathan. Good block by Rafael. And I think both these guys are playing really sound. I mean, there's not really, too much that either one of them is doing that's just like a big, huge eyesore as to, a no-no. I mean, it's just both good sound stuff. That one was a little rushed there. He got away with it, came back to him. But that's good air hockey right there. It's good, efficient. That was a good block, and he was there to catch it. But, I mean, it wasn't a bad shot by Rafael. Little different change in the cadence there from Jonathan. Again, good get. there from Rafael. But hold on to that puck. Looks like they're calling timeout again. You know that these guys are just wearing at each other here, both of them. Neither one is scoring at will. It's I love this.
And play.
All right, Jonathan with the puck. Nice, beautiful right wall over. Oh, man, and Rafael answered with a cross straight. Going back to that right wall over there that Jonathan hit. Very, very good shot. Let's see if we can hear some of the coaching advice from our coaches. Rafael is up 2-0 on our Jonathan Smead here based out of Houston, Texas. And again, if you're just joining us up, here we go. We might get some. All right, so, you know, little bump of confidence right there. You know, you got it. Not sure. I'm sure there were some critiques as to maybe some efficiency issues. You know that Rafael that you know Jacob saw with Rafael, but for the most part, there's not too much to complain about. I mean, he's up 2-0, and he's playing pretty smart. Very good sound offense and sound defense. Really from both players. You know, Jonathan, man, I really wish we got to figure out a way to calculate all this time of possession so we really could point out the importance of this stuff. Our master, our grandmaster, our greatest grandmaster, Colin Cummings, when it comes to time of possession, is an absolute beast. He does not relinquish that puck to the opponent very long at all. Basically, he likes to let the opponent have it long enough for them to take it out of their goal after he scores on them to just give it right back to him. So that's it. You get one shot on Colin, and that's it. You better score it, because if you don't, he blocks it. So, all right, I'll stop bragging about Colin.
That's my favorite subject to brag about.
It's your favorite subject to brag about? Yeah, he's pretty damn good. That little guy.
So a cool thing that happened pretty recently with a different Cumming.
Okay.
Is Lifetime. So like Lifetime Fitness was what it was formerly known as. In the Kids Academy,
yes.
we got a progressive program. So it was an 8-week program where Connor was the instructor and coached up these kids that did every single week. It was the same kids to progress for their showcase to their parents. I'll let this face-off happen first.
Yeah, ooh, nice face-off there.
That's why I stopped. I knew something crazy was going to happen.
Good face-off score there by Jonathan. Now Jonathan up 2-0.
Yes, in the showcase, Connor was able to, we threw in 2 classes, and within 2 hours, all 16 slots were filled. So that was pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Everyone loves air hockey.
Yes,
as
everyone
you see
does
on
love air hockey.
the booth backdrop.
Yes, everyone does. There's no doubt.
And the reason why I thought of it, so I was talking to the kids, and we're like, yeah, like this guy Connor's pretty good, right? And they were like, oh, really? Like, are you a champion? And we're like, no, but we know who he is. So we FaceTime Colin, and he's at work, and he answers anyways. And all the kids are like, show us your trophy, show us your trophy. It was awesome. So the kids were asking him questions. Like, it's hilarious.
Jonathan's getting off to a beautiful start here with 3 unanswered points. So he's up 3-0 on Rafael.
It's a nice thing to do when you're down 2-0.
Yes, he needs it.
Seems like he sped it up a little bit. It's actually like his time of possession, like, still has more, but like, he's not taking as long to hit the shot. Is a little bit more accurate, maybe.
So a change of pace can certainly help. You know, if you go from slow to fast or fast to slow, one way or the other, you know, just again help throw your opponent off balance.
Right.
And sometimes that can be the difference in a match. You know, like you're playing somebody who, for whatever reason, is just reading the puck so well at a fast speed.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you just slow it down, and everything's just super slow. It's almost like you lull them to sleep. And you'd be surprised how effective that can be,
Right.
even at the highest levels.
Wow. Vince does that, right?
Vince puts everybody to sleep. Yeah, he's the bus, man. He puts on elevator music when he's driving the bus. That's all I got to say. And being a lefty and as powerful as he is, yeah, you better not go to sleep, because if you go to sleep, stuff like that will happen. Great
like
shot
that.
by Rafael.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, good strong shot there from the lefty.
4-1.
Yeah, another good shot there.
2-4.
Now 2-4. Jonathan's maintaining this lead. Tried a little forehand, well defended by Rafael. Yeah, tried the bank off of that forehand, so that's that right bank. Hard shot to hit.
Very hard shot.
Yeah, very hard shot to hit and execute with efficiency.
3-4.
Now 3-4. Rafael's battled back, being down 3-0. See if he goes back to that cross straight. That was the direction he was headed. Off the mark. And back to the cut straight. Yep,
5-3.
unforced error, self-score.
Wow. He's definitely coming
5-3.
back, too.
Yep. We'll see now if he throws in a bank. Yep,
4,
cut
5.
straight.
I've been told 5-3 is the biggest points. I've been told it before.
The next point's the biggest point.
You think so? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you can overthink things, and I think you just keep it simple, and just the next point's the biggest point.
I like
you
that.
know, and you just, of course, yeah, you can look at any point of a match or any point of a game and what was so critical, and you know, but if you have the mindset the next point's the biggest point, you're going after every freaking point like it's the last point.
Yeah.
Then that's what matters. Nothing else does. It's that one that's the moment. Don't ever let that moment go.
Game
Oh.
Beautiful shot there.
It's
On
also
the-
not that
again,
easy shot.
No, it's not.
Man.
Yeah. Beautiful forehand, straight. Got right by him. Just a natural lane where it is. It's going to make him kind of move over a little bit to his left. That one got away there. Again, game point 4. See if Jonathan can close this game out and force a game 5 or game 4, and he does. 7-4, Jonathan. He is not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Good shot, good cut straight, well executed, very patient in his attack. Very impressed with this young man. All right, let's see what advice our coaches have to offer.
Uh-oh, ref's falling asleep.
Yeah, go down some water on that boy.
Yeah. Where's the Gatorade?
All right, so we may have missed that window of opportunity there. That's okay.
It's all right.
There's plenty more to come. So I'd say, you know, well, here we go.
Forehand right wall is what I wanted.
Oh, okay.
I got 1 or 2 forehand cut.
Well, yeah, I think that timing thing is messing with him because I didn't know what you were shooting. I couldn't guess what you were going to shoot.
Yeah.
There's no cadence to
Anything on his side?
Yeah, good job there again by Vince.
Yeah.
You know, both these coaches,
So good.
both doing a good job, both super impressive. It's no wonder they're so damn good, right?
Yep. A lot to learn from those two.
Absolutely.
And if you ever want to learn, go to Centerline on YouTube, and you're going to see a lot of them playing.
Lots of instructional video
Yes.
from some of the greats in our sport.
No, not on me, but maybe after. I mean, I don't know. Depending.
And you get to see a lot of good air hockey action, too.
There's the Centerline photographer.
Penalty.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of thing.
If you ever need some photography, believe for businesses, fly on the wall.
Cool timeout.
Fly on the wall.
Yep, I think it's Houston, Texas, or HTX.
Man, we all need to be a fly on the wall, you know, with Rafael and Marco when this
The
Thanksgiving.
Phoenix.
This Thanksgiving after that match they had.
Says they get your own turkey.
Yeah, to see what because you know Marco's the younger brother, so you know he's going to be talking mad smack to his brother.
I'm a younger brother, so I've done that before.
Yep. I am too, unfortunately.
So what is Riff's nickname? Was it Rowdy Riff? Is that the nickname we like?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what they've been calling him.
You good?
Rowdy Riff. You know, something about they get a little rowdy in North Carolina. Something, lots of
Time.
beverages.
Yeah, maybe because he's not super loud, so I think it'd have to be something else.
Yep.
Gentlemen.
They work hard and they party hard, ladies and gentlemen.
And he gets the whole crowd rowdy as well.
Heck yeah. Oof. Good little face off there. Jonathan ends up with the puck. We'll see if Jonathan can complete this comeback.
An unforced error. Great block.
Good get by Jonathan. Again, both players showing lots of patience, taking their time. This is, you know, maturity beyond both their years in all reality, because it's something that it's not automatic. I mean, it's not something that is natural for most people to get on that table. The tendency is to speed, and try to, you know, be faster than your opponent. That one snuck in there from Jonathan. It's now 1-0. All right. We've got, again, oof. That one almost came back to Jonathan, but ends up off the table. Rafael's puck. Nice hard cut straight from Jonathan there. Oh, that's the last one.
That was a good victory,
Yes,
though.
it was. Not sure how that one came up. I couldn't pull that one up if I tried again.
Are you a big 1-2 guy?
Not really. I've hit them many times. You know, I've certainly hit a lot of pot shots type things, but I think it's more of you see something, you react you know, offensively. So I've always believed that your offense should be able to react very similar to like what your defense does.
Right.
So you see an error, like if they charge, right? You should be able to bank around them, right? So that's a reaction.
True.
You know, it's so I'm always when I played, I would you know, use my peripherals to see what they're doing, how they're moving, and I'd get a feel for it. And if I saw a certain movement or a certain speed made them move a certain direction, that would tell me the next array of shots that are coming.
And my other question, so on defense, I'm watching Riff right now, right? And sometimes it looks like he's trying to like, not guess, but he's trying to get the tell on like what is he shooting, right? To maybe get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Were you someone that tried to look at like the tendency or try to look at like maybe the wind up or anything?
So you have to be aware of what your opponent is capable of, right? So, you know, you play somebody like Billy Stubbs, you know that the man's going to hit these ridiculous cross straights and these blistering left unders, right?
Yeah.
This was Billy of you know, the 90s and early 2000s, and then Billy evolved, and now you know in the 2010s, where another good strong shot by Jonathan, now 3-2. Then Billy evolved and added to his game and his arsenal, which was a scary sight.
Yeah,
He
the
was
machine.
so good. Yeah, the machine. The machine evolved to a Terminator at that point. But now 3-3 after that tied point there. But you want to look for tells on people and be aware of what they. Nice little reaction there, yeah, from Jonathan knocking that in.
So if you're wondering what a 1-2 is, that's what that was.
Yep. So, it's important to nice cross straight from the lefty.
Lefty crosses. Probably one of the most annoying things in existence, I think.
Well, lefties, period, are the most annoying things in existence.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. That was a good shot, though.
My wife's a lefty, and she's definitely listening
man,
going,
you were sleeping on the couch tonight,
she
brother.
said, I'm annoying? Is that what you said?
Man, that was a strong shot there by Jonathan. I love the fight. You know he wants it. Oh, my gosh.
That was nice.
5-5.
Interesting.
Oh, ended up kind of sneaking that in.
It was interesting.
Yeah, game point 5. Oof, a couple errors there, but ended up still getting the puck for Rafael. Nice cross straight. Again, it is game point, match point. Oh, my God. These guys are, yes. This has been an absolute different match since that, really when Rafael was up big in that second game, again, Jonathan started seeing things.
Yes.
And he's evolved. So it's been a different match since then. Let's see if he can make this count here. Another timeout.
So it's interesting when you see Riff on defense. So as Jonathan's doing his drift, Riff is fully going left, right.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you can take advantage of that. Being an offensive player, you can take advantage of that. And you take advantage of that by knowing what makes him move and then do it. And then hit where he's not, where you know he's not going to be.
He's doing it again?
Yeah. You want to do it to some degree.
Yeah.
Based on the position of the puck.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
That's a big
unforced error by Jonathan. Opening the door. And the match. Rafael takes
shot.
That last point.
And
7-6. So well executed. And just a little bit.
You see it
just
on
a
both
little
of them.
bit.
Look at the reactions
Yeah.
after both of them.
Yep, you can see Jonathan just a hair.
I love
pulled
that.
Back just a hair.
Now that's a YouTube short right there.
Yeah, man. Tough match. Great job. Jonathan has 0 to hang his head about.
Yes.
Played great. Really pushed Rafael there in that match.
Let's hear from Rowdy Riff.
Yeah, let's hear from Riff here. That match there, was kind of a tale of two cities. You were handing it to him the first, game and a half, really. And then all of a sudden something changed, and I think Jonathan started evolving, kind of catching on a little bit, was able to kind of slow you down.
Yeah.
And it became a match from that point on.
Sure.
So it was a battle. So great job overcoming that. So I'd be, robbing our viewers of something really good stuff if I didn't ask you this question.
Yes, sir.
What's Thanksgiving going to be like now at your house with Marco beating you?
Oh man, I plan on facing him in the finals, in the grand finals.
Okay.
So
that's the right answer.
I'm climbing up.
Yeah, you got to kick your little brother's butt here.
Oh yeah. I like to season my play. I'm gonna jug it out right quick and see him whenever I see him.
Okay, good. Yeah, I did ask him, about that. So.
Oh yeah. He played phenomenal as well.
He did.
He played phenomenal.
He did.
I had to level into him and I couldn't do it. But I plan on making some adjustments this next time around and hopefully I can get him.
I love it. I love hearing that.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Look, great job. Jonathan, he played great. But he kind of came close to your level of play. But man, that cross straight you were hitting,
yes, sir,
as a lefty, should be illegal.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so good job, and
Yes,
look forward to more matches, man.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Thank you.
Good luck. Thanks, Rafael.
Thank you.
North Carolina, baby.